Hello there folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel and another little video on RPG Maker MZ, in which I'm gonna try all these scripts that I know to see whether they actually are the same as in RPG Maker MV. If you are new to scripts, I'm gonna present them shortly, and MZ is actually more helpful than MV as of what I've seen. So the fact about this is I've tried to actually port my project. I have a big video on that, but this is not the case. I'm gonna remain with my project in MV because there's too much work for me to do, and since I handle this alone, I'm not gonna spend that much extra time. So now let's see, we actually have our character in here, but in order to do the scripts, we will need to create, let's say we create this event in here. Okay, let's actually give it, don't know why this is actually so big. Okay, let's actually give it this appearance, and we will need to create a common event, for example. I don't know for sure. Let's say 1. Okay. Oh, okay, another video. I'll watch it later. Okay, so we have created this event, and let's actually, first of all, let me look in plugin manager to see, do I have any plugins? Well, apparently I don't. Let's see if I can actually have this one added. Some of the plugins, I think they actually work in here. Let's see Gab again, because these usually use a bigger plugin that requires to be placed above. Now I'm not sure if this will actually work, but let's actually, why not, let's actually test it and see. So the way this plugin would work, let me actually open okay, really, I have to find it in here. Okay, so I had game ideas. Okay, so let me see. I have, let's say, Gab text. Okay, plugin. Oh wait, what? Oh, okay, it's a bit more complex apparently. Well, let's actually save this. Oh wait, it's actually saving so fast compared to my monster of a project. Okay, let's actually try again. Arguments. Oh, okay, but apparently it says there are no plugins. Okay, so I'm not gonna do much. Let's actually create a text box, okay, that says a certain message, right? So let's actually show text. I don't know, let's say this guy, let's say works. Okay, now that we have taken this, I actually need to go to image, because apparently the plugin won't be understood. So I have face images, and it's Falcon. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. Let's actually make the script. Okay, so we need the face of the actor, so we should have game message dot set face image. Okay, now this is the name of the file. Okay, and we have, let's say, the second parameter is which of the faces you want. They are counted like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, this is called an array in programming. It is a collection of components that are placed in it, and you know, they are always counting from 0, except certain situations when they start counting from 1. But again, 0 also exists, but usually is taken as a null value or an undefined value in JavaScript, and not only. But let's actually not dive that deep. Okay, so we have this script. Okay, Falcon 0, good. Dollar game wait, message dot set background, right? We're gonna use 1 because I want a dim background. Let's see, dollar game message dot set position type. Well, I don't know these scripts by heart, so I'm reading them from the notes that I've been taking. Okay, some notes I know quite well. Okay, so 1 means that this text box will be situated, let's actually say 2, to situate this one at the bottom. 1 means middle and 0 means top. We will play with this in the console as well. Game message dot add, and here is technically your text that will appear. Let's actually wait, let's keep this. So let's see, let's give it a color. It should be, let's say, color 20, so we give it an orange to see if it actually works. Now when you create your text box, okay, in script, in between parentheses you write your message. Okay, now this high from here, it's exactly what is here, right? Works, this works. Okay, and if you want a whole line to write, you can say here, hi, my name is Denny, let's say, something like this. Okay, and if you want another line, you're technically gonna have to add another game message dot add and continue with your message. This is the second line of text. However, you have to know that this text, you know, like, has a certain length. Okay, so it may go beyond your text box, because the text box won't align it. Okay, there is no such aligning, and I doubt MZ will actually have. This is the third line of text, and okay, only 4 lines of text can be displayed per text box. Okay, now in JavaScript you don't necessarily need to put the semicolons. Okay, and let's also add the 5th line. Told ya you won't see me. Okay, this one actually needs escaping because it can be confounded with this one, and you will be met with an error. Okay, good. Okay, so let's see. So now we have a common event that we are gonna summon through scripts at a certain time. That is why I also created it. Let's actually make 2 in here, and let's make this parallel, and we're gonna use switch start. Okay, let's actually use a an image. Let's say pictures assassin. Let's actually take this one, which I've been, which I found in a DLC that I bought, one of the 100 plus DLCs that I've bought for my game projects. and let's actually copy this and create a well, this is the MV part. I thought that I would need the MV. I actually finished some things that were bugging me for like 3 days, and my game is actually getting closer and closer to its completion, but I still have to test the logics, how the events actually align themselves, and if they actually align correctly, and link one to the other correctly. So let's actually use a script. Let's actually add a picture. Okay, so we have game screen.add picture. Okay, usually functions, when you create them in a game, you have to give them a very suggestive name so that you don't confuse your fellow developers that are going to use your platform. Okay, so usually the functions in this game are quite suggestive. So we have add picture. Okay, now we have add picture, and this function requires several parameters, and a parameter is something that you give to a function, well, depending on what the function does. But if you remember how this let's actually, I don't know, let's open an event in here and go to show picture. These are the parameters that you are giving. Okay, the first parameter is the ID of the picture. The second one is the image name, right, the picture's name, because it knows to pick it specifically from this folder. Okay, pictures in your RPG folder. Okay, so first of all, let's call this picture ID1. Make sure, like in my case, when you add a lot of events that show pictures, make sure that you give them different IDs, so that when you erase a certain picture, you'll see the script soon, it will erase all pictures with that ID. So if you have more pictures with that ID, I don't think you can actually have more pictures with the same ID, because if you have well, actually, let's finish this. Okay, so the second one, the second parameter is the name of the file without the extension, put in between inverted commas. Now in JavaScript you can use these, or you can use these as commas. Okay, and add whatever text you want in them, but don't use something like this. Okay, this is bad. Okay, either, let's say, double quotes or single quotes. Okay, now let's not turn this into a programming guide, because it's gonna take way more than I would want. Okay, so let's actually okay, so now that I know this, okay, after the name you're gonna add the what were those? You're gonna add the dimensions. Okay, now the dimensions of your picture, well, you kind of have to test them. Now, considering I didn't know scripting for a very long time, I ended up learning these by heart. So I learned them the hard way, right? I learned them in the hard way because I would have to add a lot of pictures, but at least I would create them in softwares that they always had the same amount of the same resolution, let's say. Okay, so this being said, the point is, I would create a picture, I would wait for like 20 seconds for the game to save, other almost half a minute for the huge project to load. I would test the picture's location. Nope, it wasn't good. Exit. And you can actually do this through scripts. You don't have to close your project, and in my case wait, like I would spend even 1 hour for several pictures. Okay, so now that I have this, let's actually see. So we have the picture ID, we have the name of the picture, then we have what was it? It was 45. Okay, so wait, first of all, it's the XY locations, not the scaling. So the XY locations would be 250 for X and would be 270 for Y. Okay, and then we will have 11% scale X, which means it will be made so much smaller. 11% for Y, because this is a 4K picture, right? It's 4000 pixels, so that is why I have to make it so small. And after this, so scale X, scale Y, after this we have the opacity, which is maximum 255, and this means the picture is fully opaque, you cannot see through it. The lower you the more you reduce this, right, the lower this value towards 0, and 0 is the least you can go, the more translucent your picture will be. And we also have 0, because this last parameter is the one that says, okay, this is gonna be multiply, okay, the picture here, show picture here, this one, the blend mode. I always forget the blend mode. Okay, so oh wait, I actually forgot a parameter here. We have 1, okay, because the parameters come, so the name, then we have this one, I always use center, but okay, then we have XY localization, scaling, the blend, and the blend mode, which is 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, as I said, in programming these are taken, you know, from 0. Okay, no comma in here. Okay, so now that this is a parallel common event, you have to understand that you cannot use this. Okay, you cannot use this dot wait, I don't know, it's gonna say that this cannot be used. It's gonna say that this is undefined, because common events seem to be a bit like functions. Okay, it's a code that you can summon anywhere, and these common events, these parallel common events, seem to be exactly like arrow functions, which in JavaScript are a type of function that cannot use the word this, okay, the keyword this. Okay, so we will spawn this picture. So some things you cannot make with scripts, right? And let's say, for example, wait, we will put with command lines, because it will generate the code the way it knows, and I simply cannot care that much how it does it. It's its job to do it. Okay, and now we shall let's say script dollar game screen dot tint picture. Okay, we're gonna commence a picture tint. Okay, so now we're gonna tint the picture dark. Okay, so what this means is that if you go to the menu in here and you go to tint picture, you will see that the parameters are this. Okay, you have picture number 1, because we had created picture number 1 initially, and then you have 4 parameters. These are put in a collection. Okay, it's called an array, so the second parameter is an array, and I'm gonna choose the values that, well, I'm kind of usually using when I tint pictures, and I tint a lot of pictures. Okay, and 0, because I don't want any grayscale, or what's this called, gray. Yes, okay, and then I'm gonna add 10, because I want this to happen over the duration of 10 frames. Okay, good. Now we're gonna wait I don't know, let's say wait 90 frames, namely a second and a half, because 60 frames are equal to 1 second. And then we use scripts $game screen dot erase picture 1. Good. All right, let's say apply, and okay, let's save the marvelous project, and let's actually start it. Okay, well, the intro song at least is much more pleasant, and you know, it's much more calm than the sudden burst of sound that MV had. It's not a bad song either, but at least this one is a bit more mild. Okay, so for some reason something broke, although I kind of tested it before, like, come on, why you do this? Really now? let's actually put some grass. Let's put the player in here. Oh wait, I think it's probably because of these. Oh my god, how much I wish my project would load so fast. Ah, okay, as I expected. Okay, so now let's see, we have a switch. Okay, so we have common event, this one which is parallel, and this one which is simple. Okay, so let's actually start the console, register plugin. Ah, okay, it's plugin related. Okay, I really don't care about that. Good, so we have game switch is dot set value to let's say true. Now, as you can see, when you start a certain function, it's nice that you actually have f for function, and then you have the parameters that you need, right? So we have the switch ID, right? The ID that you find without the zeros in front, without these zeros, because if you put zeros instead, it's gonna be, you're gonna end up with awkward results, and you're gonna need the value, and the switch can only be true or false, right? And well, technically the second oh, Dora and Sensui, okay. Now, I kind of don't understand why this wouldn't want to work. Wait, can't I copy? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm surprised people like have started creating like mad a lot of things for MZ. Okay. Oh well, I think I broke the matrix again. Okay, so well, apparently it won't want to trigger the common event, but let's actually trigger the first common event. Game temp dot reserve common event 1. Okay, and as I said, it can go like indefinitely. Oh, and it actually preserved the idea from MV. If you add more text box lines, there will be automatically put on a different they will automatically be put on a different text box. Yes. Oh yes, this character is actually breaking the game, most likely because she doesn't have any set movements, I think, like, but actually she has these. Okay, good. Let's actually test other scripts, because that's what we have been preparing ourselves for. Apparently switch number 2 is I don't know if it's, oh wait, what? Okay, let's actually try it again. Game switches. Okay, dot set value 2. Oh my god, that sound is so loud. Okay, so 2 is actually on, but for some reason it wouldn't want to trigger. Oh wait, silly me. Actually has switch number 1. Game screen dot add picture is not a function. Wait a minute, did I actually, oh, silly me. Yes, I fucked up in here. It's not show picture, it's not add picture, it's a show picture. Okay, so it's show picture. Okay, like I actually have several times in which I use these like mad, and then you know, like I have a period in which I have to fix a lot of stuff, so script usage is probably gonna slip my mind. So let's see. Okay, oh my god, that sound is so loud. Okay, game switches dot set value 1 equals true. You press the right key if you want, you know, when you receive some game actors, for example, you press the right key and it automatically fills what it shows you, if it's that what you need. Okay, now the good point about this is when you write something like game actors, right, it can show you some of the old things that you wrote, you know, and even if you quit the game, even if you restart your computer, it's still gonna remember those. This was also in MV, but it's good that you already have, you know, you have this pre-visualization of data, and you know, when you learn more about this can actually be, you know, wait, actor, okay, let's say actor 1, and it also shows you the stats of your first actor, right? And you can actually have you automatically are given a list of all the possible things that you can use. This was also in MV, but the fact that you are, when you say set value, for example, and it shows you the parameters that you need, that's actually a bit more helpful. Okay, let's say add state 1, which is, or should be, dead. It was knockout, but okay, so it doesn't show me the error as usual. So yeah, the problem about writing okay, here I actually, the problem with writing all these is that I usually forget to add the parentheses. There's always something like this that will happen sooner or later. So let's actually save again, and let's load it again, because it actually loads like super fast. So oh, we already had it in there. It's not 270. Okay, it was 270 for me in MV, but I really just forget it. Okay, so let's actually see other things. Okay, let's go for, I don't know, game player 6 and 10. Okay, wait, what the fuck am I doing? Set player location. Game player is no longer like this. Okay, let's say game player dot set direction fix. Okay, set direction. Okay, set direction, let's say actually 6, so that they face to the right, and our character is actually facing the right. Okay, I don't think this is in MV either. I don't know why I actually found it somewhere, but in order to use a transfer, let's go for game player dot reserve transfer. Okay, right? And we are also shown well, the ideas that I wrote. So we are in map 1, yes. We need the x, y direction and fade type. Okay, let's say x and y are gonna be these events. Okay, so it's gonna be event 1. Okay, let's say it's 5 and 3. Okay, so it's event ID 1. Okay, let's say $gameMap.event ID 1, right? You can see that it's a function and it requires your event's ID dot x. Okay, -1. Okay, now we have gameMap event dot y. Okay, this is how you calculate the positions of a certain event. Wait, +5, because I want the character not to get out of the map. Okay, let's say position 4 to face the left, and they're actually the arrow positions on your keyboard, right? The numpad positions: 8 faces up, 2 faces down, 4 faces left, and 6 faces right, in case you feel a bit fuzzy about these. I also realize this now. And let's say you also have fade type. Let's put fade type 0, which is black. Okay, so it apparently works. So let's actually take a look in here and see skills. 12. Okay, let's give our actor now game actors dot actor 1. Let's give her learn skill 12, right? And let's see. Wait, not in here. Skills, and you can see she has dual attack now. What if we don't want to have this skill? Well, what happens when you unlearn something? Well, the devs made these scripts very suggestive. You have forget skill 12, and now you can see our character is suddenly a dummy and they have forgotten the skill. Oh, it actually oh, you can scroll through the characters. Well, this is a new option. And in MV you actually had to quit the menu entirely and get back for it to refresh, but I see this is actually doing fine like this. Okay, let's try something like let's actually try them in the in their chronological order. So let's see, show text we did, show choices. This is such a dick. Where did I actually? Okay, I'm gonna have to read this because okay, so we're gonna have a game message dot add. Okay, and we're gonna use I don't know, pick character. Okay, pick a character. Okay, this is gonna be the intro message. When you create a new line, you have to keep shift pressed. Okay, now let's say game message dot set choices. Okay, and we will have choice number 1 and choice number 2, right? This is again an array, and this set choices function has 3 parameters: the array, the start location, the default pick namely, and -1 to disallow the cancel. Okay, it's the function in lower right corner that says disallow, cancel. Okay, and these are your actual choices, and in between these commas you actually write what you want the character to see, the player to see, like character 1, character 2, and if you want you can even go one step further and say let's give this a color, and let's give this another color. Okay, so character 1 will be with a green, and this one will be written with a yellow. Okay, and now we have to use game message dot set choice callback. This is a function that you barely find on the forums. It took me a while to find, and we have function that requires a parameter called choice. Okay, this will dictate what the player will get if choice equals 0, namely if they choose the first character, and we have to see how we actually added a certain the certain character. Okay, which I haven't been using through scripts at all, like literally at all. Okay, let's actually not add this because I don't know how to add characters and remove them. Let's say heal and I don't know, damage. Okay, so if the player picks this choice, let's say gamePlayer.animation count, animation playing. Okay, request map reload. Okay, so many things that I don't know about. Request, let's say animation. Okay, I don't know, 1. Let's actually see the animations again. See animations, and we have there should be a heal somewhere. Okay, so we have for healing we have so we have animation 41, animation 41, and we can use another little script, for example, that says okay, game actors dot actor 1. Okay, gain game battler. Okay, game HP. Okay, and let's say this character will gain 30 HP. Okay, good. Now that we have an if, we close this one. Okay, and let's look at the animations. Okay, and say I don't know, let's preview this. Okay, so it's 56. Okay, so let's copy this one because I don't want this video to take an eternity. If choice equals 1, so namely the player goes for the second choice, so it's damage. Let's actually put it 18, so let's actually put it 10. 18 and 10 are color red. Okay, so it's gonna be animation 56, and the player will gain minus 30 HP, which means they will take 30 damage. Namely, it's as simple as that. Okay, okay, let's actually see, is there anything else in here? And well, yes, it is. We have to close the big function. Okay, because we have the set callback function, this one, right? You can see it underlines it that it doesn't have any closed parentheses, and we also need to close this one in here because this is the bigger function. Okay, so it should be something like this, but apparently something is missing, so I don't know exactly what. Okay, There is only one. Okay. Pick a character. So let's not a function. The fuck? This is not a function anymore. Like the fuck? Let's see. gamePlayer.requestBalloon 1. Oh, okay, so apparently these have a different okay, so request balloon and request animation are no longer in MZ. Alright, let's actually go again and see which others may not work similarly. Let's see. Input number, nope, I don't know about that. Select item, nope. Control switches and variables, I've tested those in the previous video, but let's actually do it. Game variables dot set value 5002. Okay, and we can see in here, if we go, 5000 is actually 2. Control self switch. Well, to control a self switch, there was something like var map ID. We need a map ID that will be gameMap.event. Map ID. Okay, well, let's actually write this in a single bulk. Var key self switch designation. Let's call this one a okay, so we have map ID, okay, which is stored from this one. Okay, irrespective of what map you are, it's gonna read the map's ID from this. Okay, so we have map ID. Let's say event 1. Okay, and then we have self switch A, which has to be written in between these inverted commas. Okay, then we have the function, the script game self switches, okay, dot set value, this one, and true. Okay, so it is okay, it is correct. I don't know why it keeps showing this undefined, but it is actually correct. In order to test a game self switch, you know, if a self switch is open, you actually have to write this again, or well, in this case, in the console, these two variables are gonna be saved, so I only need to take this into account, and we have to just ask. Okay, so this technically is a question. I'm gonna say game self switches, what is the value of the self switch, this one, okay, which is technically the one in here. Okay, var self switch designation. Okay, and it already pre-visualizes true, so now we find out that is true. In order to do this, we have these. Okay, but if you write these in a different text box, you have to write this and this again, or if you know the map ID, you can literally write the map ID in here and simply delete this one. The reason why I do this is that I can copy paste this in literally any situation, and because I don't mind writing some scripts. I know I'm not always valuing my time as much as I should, Now we should call this as false. We close the cell switch and we ask, it already says, but now we're sure it is completely false. Okay, let's see, next on the list, it's loop. Well, the loop is technically a while. I don't know, it's a code that starts with while, and technically in between parentheses here you will have your conditions. This is something that you're rarely gonna use in scripts. You're more likely gonna use through command lines in here. Break loop is represented by break, like I'm sure of it. Well, yes, of course it is illegal because it is not in a loop. Now let's see, labels and jump to labels. I'm curious if they actually made a script for these, because these were very you couldn't create scripts for this. They actually required some other work, as of what I heard. Common event, I called it. Okay, $game temp dot reserve common event 1, like I've been using this like mad. And we should see here that the event starts as I have created it. Alright, let's see, control timer. Well, you're not gonna use this through scripts. You're gonna create your own timer with a variable. Control cell switch, jump label, commands are, well, written with where is that? Okay, change gold is calculated with gain, if I remember correctly. Well, this is something that I kind of don't know, because I haven't been using. My projects are both visual novels and they have a little RPG context. The gold and silver that my second project uses are just variables. There is nothing in game. Okay, change party members, I also forgot. Change items, weapons and armors I never used, so I can actually grab the scripts. Okay, let's see. So we have, I'm gonna watch that video later. Let's actually go to RPG Maker MV script call list and copy paste them from here, because I think it's gonna be like much easier. Thanks to Archeia for the post. So let's actually go and say show choices, and there is not that function with set choice callback. That is not showing in here. Oh, add child, this reminds me a bit of Java FX. Let's say game party dot gain gold. Okay, so it actually this dot gold plus amount. Okay, so let's say gain gold, I don't know, 500. And we actually have 500 gold. Okay, so I think this actually works, but the request balloon one actually took me by surprise. $game okay, let's see. What animation ID? Yeah, apparently this one is not gonna be used as is. Alright, let's actually go further and see. Change HP, change MP, TP, state. This is all gonna be the same. It's gonna be gamePlayer dot what was that? Can I actually use it like this? gamePlayer dot gain MP, I don't know, minus 50. Not a function, okay, because it's okay, game actors dot actor, let's say 1. Oh, I should have written something like this. Okay, and apparently my character no longer has any mana. Change state is add state, remove state, and is state affected. If you want to add a certain state, let's say game actors dot actor 1 dot add state 1. Okay, now we kind of have killed Dora. Okay, what we need to do is remove state 1 now, and we gave her 1 HP back. Okay, let's say is state affected, and it already said false. Okay, because she was no longer affected by that. Okay, I don't know, let's say what was it, TP, let's say TP. Okay, add TP 10. Oh wait, it's again written badly. Oh wait, it's not add, it's gain TP 10. Well, apparently she's a bit shy and doesn't want to receive the gift of 10 TP, but well, okay. What if we add gain experience? Unexpected token. Well, I don't know where this actually appeared from, but first aid. Okay, so yeah, gain EXP. Well, apparently she doesn't want to receive this. Okay, I really don't mind this. And again, someone has to call me while I'm making some videos. Okay, exit event processing, I really don't know about this. Break loop is the same as break. Okay, change class, well, I haven't been using this, but I'm guessing it's the same. set name. Let's actually use this and try, like, if one of these is working, then I'm sure every one of those is the same. Game actors dot actor 1, let's say change class, I don't know, let's make it class 2, and yes, keep experience requires to be true. Okay, good. Let's see. So she's now a sorcerer. Okay. What do we else have? Game actors dot actor, let's say 1, set, wait, dot set name, and let's say little Dora. Okay. Oh, and we need escaping in here. Oh wait, so her name is now Little Dora. Okay, so I'm guessing these actually work as well. Transfer player is not the one that I actually wrote. I actually did it, the one with game player reserve transfer. Okay, set event location. Okay, it's kind of the same. Instead of game player, it's gameMap.event, and you write the ID of the event, right? And after that you have set position, and I don't know, you say 4 and 8. Okay, or you can use just like I used, but I think I deleted it because I restarted. Yes, set position 4 and 8. Oh, really now? Okay, she is now over here. Change transparency and set movement route. These are a bit fuzzy to make. Set event location. This is exactly what I've tested. Player movement. Let's say game. So it's not game actors. It's game player.reserve transfer. Okay, map is again the same, map 1. If you don't know exactly the name of the map, or you want to copy paste this in different maps and you don't want to, you know, look at the map each and every time, you can say var map ID, right, and designate a variable to this. So you have game map dot map ID, right? So this one will always be the ID of the map in which the event triggers, even if it is a common event, because common events can be triggered in any map, right? So you have map ID, and you have let's say we don't say, just like in this case, specific ones. Let's say gamePlayer.x, I don't know, +3 dollar gamePlayer.y +3. okay, let's say that the player will be teleported a bit. You don't need the space necessarily. I usually put it to be easier to read. And we also need the direction. Let's say the player will be facing up, and it will take us a black screen to transfer. Okay, so let's actually hit this. And of course I mistyped something. The reason why I kind of really dislike these scripts, I've wasted so much time. Really now, why do I always get all these trolls with all these stupid events? Okay, I think I actually broke the matrix again. Wait, you know what? Well, okay, I think I broke the matrix again. Right. Well, now that I don't see my character, let's see what direction they're actually facing. So we have game player dot what was it? Direction? Was it like this simply? A dollar gameMap.event 1 dot oh wait, yeah. We should have actually returned the number, but okay. So technically you have to load this into a variable, okay? Like let's say I don't know, var direction equals this alert okay. Oh, and it no longer gives you the value, it gives the function itself. Okay, at least in MV it will tell you the specific direction. Now the point is let's say if let's actually see var shock sound equals file name. This I've been using like mad, so I know by heart. Shock 3, okay. Volume 45, because I don't want it to is kind of loud, or can be. Volume 45, pitch 120, pan 0. Wait, it's an object, so it needs this. Audio really now. Manager.play SE, okay, because this one I have as a sound environmental, right? Okay, dollar game screen dot start flash. Okay, let's say 150 0 0 0 and array is over, and I want to see it for 30 frames, which means half a second. And for some reason did it actually crash or what? Let's actually restart, because at least it starts like super fast, and we have flash screen. Let's say 155, 255. Okay, it actually did. Now let's see if dollar yep gameMap.event 1 dot direction equals 8. Okay, do this. Okay, so let's see, does it actually flash? Nope, it doesn't flash anymore, like it would do this in it would do this in JavaScript. Okay, so direction is also boogie, or I really don't know if it's working as intended. Now, where did I actually note these things down? Okay. Okay, so direction returns whole function now. Should I actually start my project in here and wait like half an eternity until it finishes? Okay, let's see, play ME, play MSE. Okay. Alright. So if we do okay, let's see. Well, I don't know what event 1 is, so let's see if game is actually gamePlayer.direction. Oh, game. Really now? gamePlayer. Oh wait, let's say 250 and 155. Okay. It's not returning anything, although it kind of should have played something. Let's actually copy and I don't know, put it 120 frames. Oh well, I really don't know what to say for sure, but okay. Well, actually, I think I've had enough of these. Okay. I think I've had enough of this. Like, okay, I don't want to make this video extra long, so hopefully you've enjoyed this. Well, keep RPG making. It's gonna be a rougher journey to jump into MZ, you know, with a project and have to restart and, you know, recreate everything. You have to learn some of the scripts, and in order to do them, you have to look for them in the JS files. Like example, we have in here, we have JS. I think it's libraries, and you could look in here and see certain things about the tile map and something like this. And they're also in here, if I remember correctly, RPG core, yes, managers, objects, usually in objects and core, if I remember correctly, and main, you find here some of the important functions that you need, and you have to adjust them as well, especially if you want to do plugins. I've been very interested in creating plugins, but for the moment I don't need to necessarily do that. Okay, all this being said, keep RPG making. My opinion is that MZ would be best to jump into if you're new or if you want to start a fresh project, because you can look in my previous video, there's a lot of work to be done. Okay, all this being considered, you are loved and appreciated. Take care, have fun RPG making, and well, you are loved and appreciated. Whatever you are doing is the best you can at the right pace for yourself, so well, don't force yourself, don't blame yourself for failures. They're just lessons to be learned. Ferenc on board, signing out.